Hello everyone, welcome to our Analytic Solutions channel. In this tips and tricks video, we'll be learning about how to work on files. Let's see what all functions are available in this FSO object files, and then we'll work on the examples. These file functions are actually used to work on the file objects. First, let's go through all the functions available in FSO object files, and then we'll see every functions with some examples. First one, we have build path. This will actually help us in building a path. That is, we can append two different paths and we can create a complete path. Copy file. Copy file from one location to another location. Then we have move file to move a file from one location to another location. Then we have delete file, which will help us in deleting the files. File exists. So this will give me true or false. If the file exists, it will give me true. Otherwise, it will give me false. The next one is get file, which will help us in getting the properties of the file mentioned. Then we have get file name, which will help us in getting the file name of the specific path what we have mentioned. Then we have get file name extension. That is, we'll get the extension of the file name with this function. Get extension name will give us the extension of the file what we have mentioned in the path. Right. Let's go and see with some examples how we can use these functions. Let's go to our Excel file. Here it says working on files. Say Alt F11. We have all the examples for the functions what we just discussed. First one is build path. Build path is a function which will help us in appending a path to the existing path, or say the source path. Let's see the example here. We have a function here, say build path. Here it says build path, path 1, and the path which we want to append it. Let's work on this. Say sub FSO objects underscore build path. First, we'll declare the FSO, dim FSO as new file system object. Right. Next is we'll see how we can append a path with another path or file name. We'll take str path as string, and here we'll say str path equals this workbook dot path. We'll take another folder ITAS, which is nothing but this folder. Right. Now we'll use this build path to build a complete path with file name or a folder name. Say message box FSO dot build path, open bracket. It asks for path as string. Let's take the path as str path ampersand, or we'll say comma. It asks for name as string. Now we'll take a name. I'll just say build path dot xlsx. Just any name you can give. And let's delete this white space. Let's run this. I'll get the path. So till here, this ITAS was the path what we have mentioned. Build path is the name what we have given. So the complete name will get appended by using this build path. So in case if you are trying to append a name to another path, then you can use build path. Alright. Next one, copy file. This function helps us in copying a file or multiple files from one source to another source. That is, from a source path to a destination path. Right, we'll see how this works. If you go to this example, you can see there are different ways of copying and pasting of the data or say files. Let's see how we can use this. Sub FSO objects copy file. We'll take the same path here. I'll just copy the same thing, paste it here. Now we need to copy from the source to destination. So we are copying and pasting. We are copying some data from this source folder to destination folder. Let's go back. So we have the source. Let's take one of these files and we'll try to copy and paste. That is, we'll just take only one file now. Say FSO dot copy file. We give space, it lasts for the source. Source is str path ampersand say source slash. We'll take a file name. Let me just take this first file, copy this, paste it dot xlsx. Give the extension name as well. Alright. Next is the destination where we need to paste the copied file. Str path ampersand. Let's paste it in destination and give this root, that is slash. So let's run this. So make sure that the path and the file name is proper, otherwise you might get error. Let's run this. Now the program is run. And let's go and check in our destination folder. You can see the file has been copied. This is for a single file. Let me just delete this. We'll go back. Let's say I want to copy few files which starts with Karnataka. So all the files, say all these files which starts with Karnataka has to be copied and pasted with a specific text. So we'll go here, we'll use wildcard. In the previous chapter we have used wildcard for folders. Now we'll see how we can use this for files. Say wildcard. Right. Now here the function will be similar to this, but here what we'll do is we'll say source, and let me just delete this. Just mention KAR and star. So all the files which starts with this KAR will be copied and pasted in this destination. Let's run this. Let's go and check the destination folder. You can see all the files beginning with KAR will be copied and pasted here. Right, let me delete this. I want to copy and paste all the files. Let's copy this, paste it here. I'll just change this to star.xlsx. You can mention it as star.star if you want all the files, or you can mention it as star.xlsx to copy only the Excel file. So you can have any combination, a star and star, all the files, or if you want to have a specific application, then you can give this extension. All right, let's run this. We'll make it as all files. If you execute this, you can see all the files have been copied and pasted. Right, let me delete this. Next is move file. This is like cut and paste. We're just moving the specific files. Now let's go to our maybe editor. We have this program here. So here also we have given this, say one single file to be moved, or we can move the starting characters with wildcard, and all the files in that folder can be also moved. Let's go and work on this. Sub FSO objects move file. This is for single file. We'll just take the same path, paste it here. Now we'll say FSO dot move file. It lasts for the source. Source, we'll mention it as str path ampersand source. slash will give the file name. Let's say we'll move the first file here with extension cellsx, comma. It is asking for the destination, so we'll give the destination path ampersand destination slash the path destination double quote. Remove this double quote here. Yes. So given the path, say move file, str path, then the source, and where to move the file. Let's execute this. Now if you go and check this, the file which we have mentioned is moved. That is, it will cut and it will paste here. Right. Let's move this. That should be here. We'll just see the wildcard and then we can move all the files. I'll copy the same program. Now we'll see how to move the files with wildcard. Let's say I'll make it as KAR star. All the files starting with KAR will be moved to the folder destination. Let's run this. You can say this. All the files have been moved here, which starts with KAR. Let's cut this and I'll again put it back in source. But let's say I want to move all these files to destination folder. So I just have to use star. Say move file, we'll make it as star dot xlsx. We'll make it all files. Let's run this. Now all the files from source folder have been moved to destination folder. So this is how you can move the files. That is either single file or using a wildcard specific text folder files or all the files. Right. Next is delete file. Delete file will delete the files. That is, you can mention a single file or you can mention with wildcards. Right. Let's go and work on this. Here you can see the examples as well. Set delete file and you can give the path. Right. So we'll just copy the same thing. Say sub FSO objects underscore delete file. Let's copy this and we'll paste it here. So we have the path. Now we'll delete the file, and give the path, that is source slash source slash will give a file name. Let's go here. We'll take it from destination only, otherwise. Destination will take the first file dot xlsx. That is, we're trying to delete this file. Let's run this. File not found. Let's see what's the problem. Destination. Let's copy this again. Okay, so we have missed str path here. So it was just not taking this path. So you have given this full path here. Let's run this now. Run this. You can see that one file got deleted. Now let's copy this. I want to delete files by wildcard. Now let's say I'll go here. I'll mention KAR star. Now all the files which begins with KAR will be deleted. Let's run this. See, all the files which were there, which begins with KAR, will be deleted. Right. Suppose if you want to delete all the files in the folder, then go here, let's say all files. Just change this to star. Now, if I execute this program, all the files in that folder will be deleted. So this is how you can delete the files. So I mentioned the complete path. So we got the error because we had not mentioned this path properly. Right. Let's go and check more other functions. File exist. File exist actually is used to check whether the file exists or not. The file exists, it will give me true, otherwise the output will be false. Let's go and check. Let's copy one file from somewhere. Just take this file. I'm just taking one file and we'll put it in this source. Right. Now let's go to our code sub FSO objects underscore file access. We'll take the same path and we'll try to search for the file what we're given here. This is a macro enabled file, so we have to give .xlsm FSO say message box FSO dot file exist and then say str path ampersand source slash will give the file name dot xlsm because this is a macro enabled file. Let's check if this file exists. I'll run this. It says true, that means the file exists. Let's change the name of it. And now suppose if I run this, it says false because the file doesn't exist. So file exist is used to check whether the file exists or not. If it says true, that means the file is available. Otherwise, if it says false, that means the file is not available. Right. Next one. Get file. Get file is actually used to get the properties of the file. Right. Let's go and we'll check. Say sub FSO objects. Say get file. We'll take the same path, but now what we'll do is to get the properties of an object, we'll have temp obj file as the file. We'll declare one object as file and I will say set obj file equals fso dot get file. Let's give the file name. Let's take the same file name and we'll put it here. Let's put this path on top of this because we need the path. Now I have this file name, the file whatever is there that I was into this obj file. Now if you want the properties of it, say name of the file or size of the file or when it was created, then I can use this obj file dot, let's say I'll take it as the name. We'll say message box. Let me run this. File not found. Again, let's go and check. Okay, this is supposed to be hyphen here. Then now let's check this. Say the file. Let's go here. MSG box obj file dot. So when was it created? Say date created. Now if I run this, see, you get the file name and when it was created. So likewise, I can go here, say obj file dot. There are so many different properties what you can actually check that and you can use it like this. Let's say when it was last modified, that also you can check. Let's say I'll go here. Show me the last modified data like this. This is get file. Next one, get file name. Suppose if I'm mentioning the path and I want to get only the file name in that path, then I can use this get file name. Or suppose if I'm mentioning only the folder up to folder, then it will give me the folder name. So it depends whether I'm specifying the folder or the file name. Right. Let's go back. Say sub FSO objects get file name. Let's copy this and we'll put it here. Let's remove this, is not required for us now. Now we'll take this file name itself. So make sure that you are giving the path properly, otherwise you might get errors. Now go here, we'll use this message box FSO get file name, and we are mentioning this path. So here we have the path, a complete path, but we have mentioned this file name, so I'll get only this file name now, not the entire path. Let's run this. So I'll get only the file name. Suppose if I mention only the folder, let's say I'll not mention this file name. Let's run this and see, I'll get only the folder name. So it depends whether I'm specifying a file name or a folder name. So if I specify with file name, then I'll get the file name. Otherwise, I'll get the folder name. Right. Next one is get extension name. The extension name actually will give me the file extension of the file what we have mentioned in the path. Suppose if you would have mentioned .xlsm, then I'll get xlsm, or Excel file say .xlsx, then I'll get xlsx. So whatever file extension I've given, that extension name I'll be getting. Let's go back. Say sub FSO objects get file extension. So we'll copy this and we'll put it here. Now we'll say message box FSO dot get extension name, open bracket, str path ampersand. We'll take this path. We'll take the same path here and we'll paste it here. Here it says .xlsm. So whatever file name you are giving, it will give me the extension. Let's run this. It says .xlsm. Suppose if it was .xlsx, then if I run this, I'll get .xlsx. So whatever extension you are giving, so that extension name I'll get. Right. So these are the functions available for FSO object files. The next chapter we'll see how we can work on text files. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching this video.